morning, dear students. Today we are going to start with session 3 of chapter number 6, Mauryan Age, Chandragupta Maurya and Emperor Ashoka. So let's get started.
Ashoka is an apostle. Apostle means someone who strongly supports a particular belief or political movement. Ashoka traveled to the Buddhist pilgrimages across the country. That means Buddhist religious places. He propagated Buddhism during his yatra. That means to spread opinions, belief among a lot of people. Ashoka drew inspiration from teachings of Gautam Buddha and showed the path of Dhammas to his people. Dhamma means Dharma. He engraved inscriptions and pillar articles at various places in his empire. To solve the problems of that time, Ashoka set up a religious department. So Ashoka basically traveled across the country and tried to pass on the message of Gautam Buddha. Gautam Buddha's teaching was inspiration for Ashoka. And he also tried to show the path of Dharma to his people. Dharma means religion. He also engraved inscriptions and pillar articles for giving the message to the next generation. He used to solve the problems of that time by setting up a religious department in his empire. Dhamma Mahapatra, appointed as the head of a religious department, propagated Buddhism among the people and worked to raise their moral standard. Mahapatra was appointed by King Ashoka to propagate Buddhism, and Mahapatra was the head of a religious department. Why? Because he was promoting Buddhism, he was promoting Dharma. Mahapatra worked to raise their moral standard. Means Mahapatra tried to develop moral values in people. Ashoka banned hunting in his state to stop animal violence. He emphasized the promotion of principles of love, compassion, kindness, non-violence, and a virtue I. Along with sermons, some useful sayings were also engraved in the inscriptions. Sermon means talk on religious or moral subject. In the year 251 BC, Ashoka convened third Buddhist conference in Mogliputta Tishya in Patliputra. Convene means to bring together a group of people for meeting. The objective of this conference was to establish religious unity for removing religious differences which had raised. Ashoka propagated Buddhism in Indian states of Kashmir, Gandhar, Chola, Pandya, and Kerala. Emperor Ashoka sent missionary boats to Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Syria, Egypt, Macedonia, etc. So the reason behind conference held by Ashoka was to establish religious unity. As we studied about Gautam Buddha, we know that he promoted unity. He taught us the religion of being human being good to everyone. He believed in karma. So, as Ashoka was following the path of Gautam Buddha, he tried to remove religious differences which had raised in his time. Ashoka sent his son Mahendra and daughter Sanghamitra to Sri Lanka to preach Buddhism. That means to spread the teaching of Gautam Buddha. Thus, during his reign, Ashoka granted royalty to Buddhism. In addition to preachings, Ashoka also performed public welfare work. So basically, Ashoka devoted his life to Buddhism and he tried to promote Buddhism as much as he can. He arranged for treatment of human and animals. He got wells dug, planted trees, built roads, and built restrooms. Because of his qualities and deeds, that means good karma, Ashoka is regarded as one of the greatest rulers in the history. Emperor Ashoka died in 232 BC. He ruled for 36 years. Administration of Mauryan era. Chandragupta Maurya established a large empire. We know that, right? It was expanded by Emperor Ashoka. Chandragupta Maurya established it and Emperor Ashoka expanded it. Chandragupta's chief minister and sharp politician Vishnugupta Chanakya, popularly known as Kautilya, divided large Mauryan empire for well-organized administration. Same way, if you want well-organized administration of a country, say India, then you will have to divide India into different states, and for each state you will need administration department in which you will have different sections. Same way, during that time there were 3 sections of the administration. Let's study about administration of Mauryan age. Administration of Mauryan age, as I told you, was divided into 3 sections. First one was central, second one was provincial, and third one was regional or local. Let's understand 3 sections of administration of Mauryan age in detail. Emperor was at the center of the administration. He was head of administrative, military, and judicial departments of the empire. So, which departments fall under Emperor? Administrative department, military department, and judicial department. His position was hereditary. Patliputra and areas around it were under direct control of the emperor. He managed administration with the help of ministers and higher officials. So, emperor had his own team. And who were included in that team? Ministers and higher officials. Chanakya has told about 18 departments, out of which main departments and their heads are as follows. They are given in the next slide. Here in this index, various departments and head of those departments according to Chanakya is given. So for example, first one is agriculture department. So head of the agriculture department is Sitadhyaksh. So at that time, this 6 departments were there and head of each departments were decided. Sitadhyaksh are the officer of agriculture department. Then Senani. So Senani is the head of military department. Then Pradeshatri. Pradeshatri is the head of judicial department. Same way, Panyadhyaksh is the head of trade department. Mahakshapatal is the head of office repository. And Mudradhyaksh is the head of revenue department. The huge Mauryan Empire was divided into 5 sections. Head of the province was the governor. Okay, so head of the province was called governor, and usually the prince was appointed at this post. So the post of governor was usually given to the prince. Governor's task in the province was to maintain peace and security, collect revenue to get the orders of the king obeyed, and keeping the emperor constantly aware of the events taking place in the province. So what do governor have to do? They have to take care about peace and security. They have to collect revenue. They have to take care that the orders given by king are being followed properly. They also have to inform king about all the events that are taking place in the province. I hope students, you are clear about provincial administration and central administration system. Now let's study about regional administration. Regional or local administration. For the sake of administrative ease, any province was divided into district and taluka. District officer, known as Rajuk, worked at the district level, while officer of province was called provincial, known as Gop. The smallest unit of administration was the village. Its head was called Gramani. Gramani used to run the administration of the village with the help of the elected members of village. So, for the ease of administrative system, every province were divided into 2 sections, district and taluka. There were officer at district level who was known as Rajuk, and officer of province was called Gop. Which was the smallest unit? Village, and head of the village was called Gramani. Gramani also had team with him, and he had those elected members with the help of whom he used to run the work of village. Successors of Emperor Ashoka and fall of Mauryan Empire. Regarding Emperor Ashoka's successors, we find different information in Brahmin, Jain and Buddhist texts. According to the information given in Puranas, Total 9 to 10 kings of Mauryan dynasty ruled over 137 years. How many years? 137 years. Taking advantage of the impoverished rule of last king of Mauryan dynasty, Brihadratha, his general Pushyamitra killed him on the pretext of watching military drill. Thus, in 185 BC, Pushyamitra Shunga established Shang dynasty on the throne of Magad, and Mauryan dynasty came to an end. So students, where do we find information about Emperor Ashoka and Mauryan Empire? From Brahmin, Jain and Buddhist text. How many kings of Mauryan dynasty ruled over 137 years? 9 to 10 kings. And who killed the last king of Mauryan dynasty? Pushyamitra. And after that, Shang dynasty was established. This way, Emperor Ashoka and fall of Mauryan Empire took place. Ashoka's message for the people. Let's learn from Ashoka's message. Obey your parents, respect the elders, do not kill the animals, spend as little as possible, serve the Guru, to be kind to women and servants, to give donation to Brahmins and monks, respect and try to understand principles of other religions. Students, I hope you all will also learn from Ashoka's message. So, let's end our chapter with one fun activity. Today we are going to have the same activity that we had in our first session. I'll give you one question. You'll have to answer it in a funny way, or you can give one illogical answer. Okay, so after this slide, there will be one slide in which there is one question. You will be given 15 seconds to think about the answer, and after that the answer will appear in the next slide. So, are you all ready? Let's start. Students, I expect you all to revise all 3 sessions of chapter 6. After that, solve the worksheet and exercises given in your textbook. Thank you and have a nice day.